Okay, so today we're going to, I was asked if I could do a tutorial on how to create a blurb book from Lightroom, which I will do in the next video, but for this one, we're going to talk about collections, because before you go to use the slideshow or the book module, you need to be familiar with collections. So we all know over the left hand side here we have our catalogue, we have the navigation panel, we have the catalogue, the panel, the folders panel, and this is where all your images are stored on your PC. These are actual representations of the folders on your PC. It's just Lightroom looking at your hard drive and how you have your folders sorted out. So within each one of these folders here, you have the original images, and that is great, and we all need that, and we need a good folder hierarchy. But say for example, we have lots of images of dogs in all these different folders, and we want to bring it all together into one collection. So we don't want to take the images of the dogs from one folder and put them into another folder, because that's actually creating, if we create duplicates, we're taking up space on the hard drive. And the thing about collections is they're totally virtual, so you can have as many collections as you like. You can have any one image in as many collections as you like. So you could have a landscape image in different collections. You could have different collections of different types of dogs, and you can have one image in 10 different collections, and it doesn't take up any more space on your hard drive. We need to make that clear. So if you move an image in your hard drive from one of these folders into another folder, that literally moves the image, physically moves the image on the hard drive. But you can move the image between collections without actually the image being moved at all. They are totally virtual and they don't take up any disk space. So if we close down this folder panel here and we come down to our collections panel, you have different types of collections. So you have a regular collection, which you can make yourself, and you could add images to it yourself. You have what they call a smart collection here, and a smart collection is exactly what it says. Lightroom ships with some smart collections of its own, but you can create your own. And this is a really good way of getting images into collections. For example, when you store an image with 1 star, Lightroom has given you a smart collection for all images with 1 star. So if I hit the J key, so I'm getting a grid view here. If I look at the smart collection, I have 96 images with 1 star attached to them. If I come to the 4-star images, then within this smart collection, I have all the images which have 4 stars or more. So it depends on how the smart collection is set up. I use the colour red for any images that I need to work on. So I set up a smart collection, so any images which have a red border around, if I want to do some work on an image, then I just come in here, select my colour red selection, and go in and do the work that I want to do. When I'm finished, if I right click on this image and I say set colour level to none, then because this is a smart collection, that image automatically disappears from that collection. So now I'm just left with the images that I want to work on. The other type of collection is a targeted collection. And none of these collections that you see here is the target collection at the moment. So if I click on this black and white collection here, which only has 4 images in, and I right click on this and I say set as target collection, you can see now at the end of the name there's a little plus sign on here. So now if I come back and I look at all my images again, and I want to go down and add some black and white images to that collection, I can just come onto images that I've done a black and white conversion to, and I can either just click on the image and drag the image and add it into that collection. Now I have 5 images in there. Or because I've set this as a target collection, all I have to do now is just hit the B key, B for Bertie, the B key, and any image that I select and hit the B key on will be added or removed from that collection. So this image here was already in that collection, and I've just hit the B key, which has removed it. So if I hit the B key again, it will add it. This one again, if I hit the B key, it will add it to the selection. So it's a very quick way of getting images into a selection. So I can just scroll down and hit the B key and add a few more images in there. And that's a very quick way. I can select a whole load of images, and sorry, I did that by clicking on the first image, hitting the shift key and clicking on the last image, highlight them all, hit the B key, and they will all be added to the target collection. Okay, so the way to create a collection, firstly you can have a collection set. So if we create a collection set, so we can have a collection set, say for example animals, and within that collection set we can have different collections. We could have dogs, horses, I'm trying to think if there's any other animals in this catalogue that I'm using, but probably not. So to create a collection, if we come along and where the word collections is, to the right hand side there's a little plus key. If we click on the plus key, we get this little drop down box here to create a collection, create a smart collection, or create a collection set. So I'm going to create a collection set first. So I need to create a collection set. I'm going to call this collection set animals. And we don't want to put it inside another collection set. We could do if we wanted to, but we don't want to in this instance. So we just hit create. Now you can see over at the left hand panel we have a collection set called animals. If I hit this little arrow key here, there isn't any other collections within there. If I come down to the family one and I click on the arrow at the left hand side, you can see that has got a subfolder. So it's my family, and then the subfolder is my daughter's family. So if we come back to the animals collection, and we can see you've clicked on that, it's highlighted, there's nothing in there. If I right click again on the animals collection and I say create a collection, and we want to call this collection dogs. Now we want to select the collection set we want to put it in, and if I click on this drop down box you can see animals is selected, so we want to put it in there because dogs aren't part of a family, well, my family. And we want to set this as the target collection for the time being. Now if you look, the target collection is set to the black and white collection, but we're going to change that. I'm going to say set this dog's one as a target collection and say create. So now within the animals we have the collections which is dogs, and that is now marked as the target collection. So I'll come back up to catalogue and all photographs. Now I can just come down and image of a dog there and hit the B key, and that will add and go into the collection. Yeah, so now we have one image in that collection. And you can just carry on going down and choosing the images of your dogs and put them in there. It's as easy as that. So those images of the dogs, they remain in the folder, and these are just virtuals. It's a virtual collection. It's just a collection of all the dogs that I have in here. Rather than having to go through the whole catalogue and select all of the images of the dogs to put them into that collection, if we create, we're going to put a plus key up here and create a smart collection. Yeah, we'll put this smart collection inside the collection set animals, and we're going to name the smart collection dogs smart collection. Yeah, so we'll come to this drop down box and we can ask Lightroom to apply some rules. So we can use more than one rule. So if we use two rules, then we can say if any one of these rules applies to a certain image, I would like it to go into this smart collection. Or we can say all the rules have to apply before it goes into this smart collection. So we're just going to select any in this instance, and we are going to use keywords. So if I come down to this drop down box, keywords or metadata, we can create any rule using any of these drop downs. So if we come down to metadata and we'll hover over metadata, then we get this another drop down box, and we're going to select keywords. So we are saying to Lightroom that we want to start a smart collection for dogs inside the collection set animals, and we want it to have keywords which contain the word dogs. Yeah. So if I wanted to add another step to this, say for example I wanted to say it needs to have a keyword dogs, but it needs to have a rating of 3 stars. Yeah, so any image with a keyword of dogs and 3 stars would go into this folder. I don't want to do that at the moment, so we're just going to stick with one. So you could change this to all. That means an image would have to have the keyword of dogs and 3 stars before it would go into this collection. But I want to remove the 3 stars for this moment and say create. Now, look what's happened. Now we have our animals with a sub-collection of the dog smart collection, and there's 17 images because it's automatically put any images in there which have the keyword dogs. And I know these children aren't dogs, but they are agility children, so I link them to dogs, so that's why they have dogs in there, the keywords. But I could just simply select those and hit the B key. Oh, it's not a target collection. Sorry, I would have to make this the target collection. Yes, we'll not do that in a minute. I'm just going to confuse matters. Yeah, so I can select the image and we could go down and remove it from the collection. But we'll not do that in this instance because I want to leave the keywords there. So sorry, but don't want to be confusing you. Yeah, so that's how you create a collection and a smart collection with a collection set. And this is what you want to do if you want to go through and create a book. So you need to create your collection first, and you need to put all your images into the collection. So just say, for example, if I create another smart collection, I want to create a smart collection, and we'll call this collection Christmas, smart collection hyphen Christmas. And I don't want it in the animal collection set, so we'll put it within the smart collections, and it has to have contain all the keywords. Christmas, and hit create. Now I get a smart collection with any images which are related to Christmas. So there you go. That is how you create your collections. Okay, thank you.